Hey everybody. Welcome. Am I streaming live? I am. Woo, woo. So come and say hello. Come and say hello. So I'm Mimi, the founder of Simplicity and Soul, and I will be showing up a lot more live. And I have dived into the world of multi-streaming, which is very super exciting. I've wanted to do this for a very long time. And here I am. So if you are watching me, it would be very just nice to know that you are watching and where you're watching from. You might be watching in one of my groups, you might be watching on YouTube, you might be watching on my page, and you might be watching on my profile. If you could let me know, that would be awesome sauce. So today I'm going to talk about niching down. You might want to call it niching down, finding your dot, finding your point of focus. And I just wanted to share a little bit from my experience, how this does evolve and this does change, and why maybe you might have some resistance to really focusing in on one thing. I've had this for many years, and right now I've gone through this really huge shift where I feel like I was quite broad, like heart-led business mentor coach. Brilliant, because I had shifted from like the yoga to really then focusing on business. I really zoned in on what is my skill set and what is my zone of genius and what is it I'm passionate about and what is it that lights me up and what is it I could talk about for hours on hours on end. So I feel very confident about what is my dot. Let's call it a heart. What is your heart center? What is the heart of your business? So are you familiar? Do you know what is your niche? Have you given yourself one? Have you really zoned in on why that's so important? Okay, let me just explain why it's so important. Because if you don't have the clarity on who it is you serve and why you serve them, how are they going to have the clarity on what it is you do? And the more specific that you can get into that area in a very aligned way, you will find your business will boom and grow and expand and be much easier, and the journey will be much more enjoyable once you can zone in on that heart center. So I was saying I was a no bullshit business coach, which still am. I'm not going to talk bullshit. I say it as it is. I'm just me. I do it in a very authentic way. I have my values of transparency, authenticity. But then I was thinking, I'm going to zone in a little bit more. And I'm only sharing you my experience, so then you can think about this from your experience as well. So, do you know what I'm really good at? And I've been good at this for a very long time. And you might think, oh, she's bragging. But no, I'm just really comfortable at this because this is what I've done. And that is building communities and having authentic connections. I was doing that in person back when I was doing yoga retreats and yoga events. And I was bringing huge communities of people together. So that is one of my main skills. What I'm also really good at is visibility, is showing up, being seen, and specifically on Facebook. I don't know if you've been watching. Let me see if there's any chat. Oh, thank you. You just see somebody's typed and it said that 333 here. Perfect. So yeah, Facebook, I really have been I stepped away from some of the other social media platforms a little bit over the last 6 weeks, and I've really been focusing on Facebook. And I don't know if you've seen or not, but my growth and my engagement and my visibility is every single day going up and up and up and up and up. And I now really truly understand what Facebook loves, how to be more visible, how to be seen in the right places. So, Facebook visibility, that's my jam. Organic, authentic growth and expansion. And finally, magnetic messaging. I love writing in a way that creates like an emotional connection. So those are the three areas. So I am now going to say, and I'm going to really focus in, and this is going to really help me in my business have more clarity moving forwards. I'm a non-bullshit business coach. Yes, still that. I'm still a yoga teacher. I'm still a meditation teacher. I still love all those things. Doesn't mean you have to keep this hat on forever, but I'm focusing in on, I'm zoning in on, I'm niching down on Facebook visibility, magnetic messaging, and authentic growth and expansion. Those three areas. So this is the little statement I came up with. I'm Mimi, your go-to expert for visibility, messaging, and growth, and I'm here to help you to create a business that's not only fun, but it's also aligned AF and moolah-tastic. And moolah is money. Right, okay, let's move on to yours. Okay, I'm going to talk about some of the fears that appear when we are stepping or zoning in even more to our dot. Fears appear. Okay, and these are the ones that are the big ones. Okay, ultimately, the fear of rejection. Because if you are anything like me, you want to please absolutely everyone. You want to help everybody with every single little thing. Honestly, this is not possible, and this is only going to, it won't serve your business. It will make it even harder, because how can you speak to everybody? How can you serve every message, every question? How can we possibly do that? So if you are fearing rejection because you are a people pleaser, it's time to really put some boundaries in place and niche down, because you're not going to be everyone's cup of tea. Let's be honest, not going to be everyone's cup of tea. So for that reason, the fear of rejection is often very real, because you feel like, because you're going to go to a smaller audience, you feel like you are rejecting the bigger audience. But can you see it? Once you have a smaller audience, I would rather have a group of 10 people that are really interested in what it is I can share and support and empower and inspire with the transformations on, than a group of 1,000 or 1,000,000 people who are all a little bit flaky and all in there for other reasons. I can help 10 people with a transformation if they're in that group for that reason. I can't help 1,000,000 people with everything, because they're there for all different things. So the fear of rejection, that might be one of your fears. Let me know if you feel the fear of rejection when it comes to zoning down, finding your dot. Fear of failure. This is another reason, okay, because you are going to set something specific. You're going to go, okay, I'm niching down. Now I'm predominantly going to work with Facebook visibility, magnetic messaging, and organic, authentic growth. What if it doesn't work? The fear of failure. You think like, what the frick? What if it doesn't work? I know it was working before, and what if I'm niching down even more? What if it doesn't work? But what if it does work? By getting to a smaller dot, so we start with this big wide dot, and by making that dot smaller and smaller and smaller, it will serve you, because it allows you to dig deeper. You're going to dig deeper into your beliefs. You're going to have more clarity on who you serve. You're going to have more clarity on why you serve, and becomes magnetic, because once you have that clarity, so will your audience. Is anybody writing in the chat? Let me know. I can share these as well on my thing. So next one, fear of confinement. I think this was my biggest fear, the fear of confinement. And you don't want to be put inside a box. This definitely was the fear, that I didn't want to be labeled as Mimi who does this and this, because I was worried that obviously there was a fear of rejection as well, that I was going to upset other people. So 2 years ago, I was teaching a lot of yoga. I still do private yoga, and I still do yoga in my membership. However, I was scared to be putting myself in this box and just feeling that I still want to do my yoga, and I still want to do this, and I still want to do this, and I still want to do retreats, and I still want to do events, and I still want to do dance classes, and I still want to do that. So it just brings complete confusion, because people were probably looking, thinking, well, what the frick does she do? Is she doing yoga? Is she doing meditation? Is she doing events? Is she still doing dance classes? Is she doing full moon rituals? Is she doing business? Is she doing coaching? Is she doing a membership? Like, what is she doing? So it only brings confusion. And when your audience is confused, they will not buy. So yeah, a cute, confused mind never, ever buys. So we want to be more specific to our audience to let them know exactly who our offers are for. And then there is the fear of commitment. Just because you are choosing a dot to focus on does not mean that this dot is going to be your dot for life. Oh my God, if I choose the niche, then this is what I have to be forever. Things evolve, things change. So it is not a commitment fear. You have to realize that it's just a commitment for now. It's a commitment to give it your best. It's a commitment to your audience to show up as this dot. But it is not a commitment forever. Remember, nothing is set in stone. So by zoning in on your dots, your audience is going to have much more clarity. You're going to be able to showcase your field of expertise, and you're going to be able to ultimately have a bigger growth in your business. So I've just put some little prompts for you, some little food for thought prompts for you. And I sent this out in an email today, actually. So when it's coming to your niche, let's put aside the money. Let's put aside the profit while you're just taking some time to find some clarity on what it is you really love. What is it that you love to do every day? You want to find fulfillment in it at the end of the day. So what do you love? What impact is that going to have? What is the impact and the change and the transformation that will come from this dot? Are you staying true to yourself when you find this dot? Is it like authentic? Is it like just really truthful? Is it aligned with yourself? And is it aligned with your values? And once you can be clear on those things, then it will be much easier to stay with your dots. So here are some prompts. Number one, what are your true passions? What are you truly passionate about? So for me, it is supporting people to have self-belief and to grow and to show up and to be seen and to just like express and share your gifts with the world. And to do this, you have to be visible. So this is why visibility is at the top of my game. It's my thing, to empower you to be visible, to shout from the rooftops all of this amazing wisdom and tools and experiences that you have, so you can share this ripple effect with others. So what are your true passions? What skills do you excel in? So what skills and what knowledge do you excel in? So again, mine is visibility. It's showing up, and it's also writing through magnetic messaging, making connections, emotional connections through video and through my content and my copy. So how can you create those authentic connections? So that was, what I wanted to jump on and talk to you about today. I never thought about the fear of commitment before, but I think that might be one of mine. Yes, it was the fear of commitment for me. So I can totally relate to that, because I don't know, we seem to have this thing. When it's business, yes, life is serious, business is serious. But when this business seems to like have these restrictive mindsets, it has to be like this way. Everything evolves. Let's even look at technology. Technology evolves all the time. iPhone, what number are we on now? It starts with 1 and it evolves and it changes and it might shift, and you go with what works and where you feel more comfortable. And the longer you do it, you get more clarity, and you just get these like light bulb moments. But you only get this by taking action. You only get this by showing up, by putting in the work, by taking risks, by stepping out of your comfort zone, by having a wider perspective of looking what works and what doesn't work. But you have to give everything a try. You can't just give up when you get one knock. And this is why some people succeed and some people give up sooner, because we allow the fears to get in there. So if a fear is appearing for you, just use that as a call to action to go, I can get through this. Take time to reflect, take time to sit, to give yourself love and nourishment, and it will all come clear. It will all come clear through self-reflection and all of that stuff. So if you've watched this live, I'd love to, or if you watched it on replay, firstly, I would love you to just let me know that you saw it, because this is a new way of me showing up. And I would also love to know, how do you feel about finding your dot, or niching down, or zoning in, or getting to the center, the heart-led center of your business? Are you clear? Are you comfortable? Does it feel aligned? Or does it feel a little bit icky? And if it does, just ask yourself some of those questions. What are my true passions? What skills do I excel at? And can you just feel that if you really step into those, what is your passion? What do you excel at? Now you've got clarity. How can you share this? Can you see how this then becomes so much more expansive and open, especially if we're going to talk like in an energetic way? It just becomes like, okay, I really want to speak about this because I love it and I feel confident in it. So yeah, let me know. I'm just going to see if there's any comments anywhere. Nope, I don't think so right now. Hopefully they will come later. And yeah, have a gorgeous day. And I will see you soon. Ciao, ciao, ciao.